Your attack surface includes any means that an attacker can use to compromise your network, your data, or your operations. And we traditionally talk about this in terms of external attack surface and internal attack surface, but those lines have become very, very blurred, especially as of late. With the move to more hosted, software as a service or SaaS applications, with hosting server farms in the cloud, with moving to cloud storage, cloud email, we need to integrate multiple different areas of network security to make sure that we're covering all of our bases here. And it's not just as simple as locking down your firewall at this point in time. It's why we want to monitor that attack surface. And when we mean monitor your attack, or when we say monitor your attack surface, what we mean is we want to minimize, but still keep useful the areas of your infrastructure that need to be accessible. We can limit access to systems, great. If we can put them behind firewalls, if we can VLAN them, if we can put them behind a VPN, all of that's going to be beneficial to us, but we need to understand what it is before we can develop that strategy as we move through. We also want to make sure that we can detect vulnerabilities in our software very, very quickly so that we can respond to them and we can get them taken care of before they become a much bigger issue for us. So what do we include in your attack surface as a whole? Well, the list keeps growing, but right now we'll give you just a little run through. When we talk about your attack surface, this can include things like your perimeter devices, so your firewalls, your VPN endpoints, your load balancers, as we'll talk about a little bit later. This includes your hardware, it includes your software, cloud services, applications, web servers, anything else that could be potentially used negatively against your organization, whether internal or external to your network. The reason that we say that you want to look at your attack surface is that you may be surprised by what's actually out there. This can be very, very eye-opening if you do a full inventory of what's honestly available, especially if you're using something like a cloud-hosted system. There may be elements of that are exposed that you're just not aware of. We also, again, want to make sure that we're viewing our hardware perimeter, our actual office perimeter as a portion of this. We want to make sure we find things like legacy hardware and software. We want to find incorrect configurations, excessively open ports, overly permissive applications. And this can also help us deal with the ever-present problem of shadow IT, which has been an increasing threat to a lot of organizations lately. If your users have the ability to install and run their own software, there's a chance they could inadvertently open up a security hole in your network that you just may not be aware of. So we need some kind of tool set that's going to allow us to view this surface, evaluate this, and then make changes or updates to our policies and procedures based on that. You guys had a very, very interesting pen test lately with some pretty nice external findings. Do you want to run through what you found?
This is another case where we did an external penetration test of a municipality, and we found that they had a SCADA interface exposed on the public internet. Their employees were surprised that it was out there in the way that it was. I mean, and there was a login screen to it, but what we discovered, so we were able to go download the software that they're running from the vendor, and we researched the code and discovered that that there's a backdoor in the system that the vendor didn't know was there. And so, and with that, we could actually, without doing any authentication, we could run back-end commands to this system. Luckily, we were able to find it before other people did. Let's put it that way.
I think that's a good takeaway from this. And really what we want to showcase by pointing this out is that there are a lot of parts of your external attack surface and your internal attack surface that may be surprising to you. You may have old systems in play, you may have outdated software, outdated hardware. There may be the potential for entire systems like the SCADA system available to the public internet that are essential for maintaining and running critical infrastructure that you're in charge of managing, that anyone could then, based on a flaw in the software or some other kind of exploit, be able to get in and negatively impact.
Thank you so much, everyone. Again, my name is Matt Duran, Director of Training and Research for LMG Security. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at any time. We would love to hear from you. You can reach me at info@lmgsecurity.com, find me on LinkedIn, or follow us on Twitter. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.